Hello, wonderful person. Welcome to the Fact Factory. Today's episode is a list of 20 random facts. So, let's get into it. There are 8 million 7-digit numbers per area code. There are a total of 7 combinations, so the total number of ways in which 7-digit phone numbers are possible, assuming that the first digit can be a 0 or a 1, are 8 times 10 to the 6th power, which equals to 8 million, including repetition. Mars is invariably humming, constantly flowing around the planet. The Martian air excites the planet, making it vibrate like a bell at precise frequencies. Geophysicists call this the planet's hum, a constant buzz that only seismometers sensitive to long periods can hear. The first use of OMG was in a letter to Winston Churchill in 1917. If you text OMG to your friends, you might think that you're using a modern acronym. But it turns out that the first appearance of the three-letter expression was used in a letter back in 1917. It read, "I hear a new order of knights in on the tapas. OMG, shower it on the Admiralty." Hot water freezes faster than cold. This is known as the Mapemba effect. The Mapemba effect occurs when two bodies of water with different temperatures are exposed to the same sub-zero surroundings. Evaporation is the strongest candidate to explain the Mapemba effect. As hot water placed in an open container begins to cool, the overall mass decreases as some of the water evaporates. With less water to freeze, the process can take less time. Potato chips cause more weight gain than any other food. Potato chips top the list of foods that cause weight gain. This is because they are very high in calories, and it's easy to eat way too many of them. In observational studies, each daily serving containing 1 ounce, or about 15 chips and 160 calories, can be directly linked to weight gain. The body contains enough iron to make a nail or screw. Iron is an important nutrient that the human body needs. It helps your red blood cells carry oxygen, which is necessary for producing energy throughout the body. A healthy adult has about 3 grams of iron, enough that, if it were pulled out and melted down, you could make a nail about 3 inches long. Dogs can smell cancer. They can be trained to sniff out a variety of types including skin cancer, breast cancer, and bladder cancer, using samples from known cancer patients and people without cancer. In an '06 study, 5 dogs were trained to detect cancer based on breath samples. Tumors produce volatile organic compounds, which are released into urine, exhaled breath, and sweat. Babies are born with more bones than adults. As they grow up, some of the bones fuse together to form one bone. This is because babies have more cartilage than bone. There are 206 bones in an adult human body. Newborn babies have around 305 bones. As a person grows up, most of this cartilage turns into bone in a process called ossification. Cats sleep 70% of their lives. More than half of cats sleep between 12 and 18 hours a day, and nearly 40% of cats sleep more than 18 hours per day. Wild cats need to sleep in order to conserve their energy to hunt, chase, and kill their next meal. Although our house cats may not need to hunt, the instinct to sleep and prepare for the hunt carries on. As they grow older, a majority of cats sleep for more hours each day than they did in their younger years. The North Star has changed and will change again. The North Star, also known as Polaris, is known to stay fixed in our sky. It marks the location of the sky's North Pole, but it was not always this way, and eventually will change again. Before Polaris it was Thuban. In about 12,000 years the star closest to our North Pole will be Vega. If you like what you are seeing so far, that's great, because listing random facts is our specialty here. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released. Now, let's get back to it. About 70% of Earth's surface is covered in water, and only about 5% of the global ocean has been mapped by modern multi-beam sonar systems to provide detailed information about the seafloor. For comparison, 98.2% of the moon has been mapped and features a pixel scale of about 330 feet, or 100 meters. 87.8% of the Mars surface has been mapped at any resolution, with 61.5% mapped at a resolution of 20 meters per pixel or better. The majority of your brain is made up of fat. The human brain is nearly 60% fat. We've learned in recent years that fatty acids are among the most crucial molecules that determine your brain's integrity and ability to perform. Weighing about 3 pounds in the average adult, the brain itself is not a muscle. The remaining 40% is a combination of water, protein, carbohydrates, and salts. Medical errors are the third leading cause of death. Cancer sits on top of the list with 10 million deaths every year, and cardiovascular disease comes in second. Recent studies of medical errors have estimated that they may account for as many as 251,000 deaths annually in the United States. The honeybee beats its wings at an average rate of 230 times per second. That's ridiculously fast, equaling 13,800 flaps per minute, or 103,500 flaps, since the beginning of this video. For comparison, the fruit fly is almost 80 times smaller, but flaps its wings at a rate of only 200 times each second. Microwaving grapes makes plasma. Researchers in Canada found that the grapes act as resonators for the microwave radiation. That means the grape traps the microwaves in its center. Salts within the grape skin now become electrically charged, or ionized. Releasing the salt ions produces a plasma flare. A research survey has shown that sperm whales in the Caribbean region communicate with a particular accent that is exclusive to the area. Sperm whales communicate through a distinctive short patterned series of clicks, termed codas. This is especially puzzling to researchers because different pod families rarely or never actually encounter each other. In early 1800s, ketchup was originally sold as a cure for indigestion. John Cook Bennett, an Ohio physician, created a recipe for tomato ketchup and advertised it as a medicine that cured you of diarrhea, jaundice, indigestion, and rheumatism. He even made the ketchup into pills. Tomato ketchup wasn't popularized as a condiment commercially until the late 1800s. Today, Americans purchase around 10 billion ounces of ketchup every year. Your cornea is the clear outer layer at the front of the eye. This is the only part of the human body that has no blood supply. The cornea gets oxygen directly through the air. The cornea is also the fastest healing tissue in the human body, thus, most corneal abrasions will heal within 24 to 36 hours. Muhammad is the most common name given in the world, including variations. It is estimated that more than 150 million men and boys in the world bear the name Muhammad. This is mostly due to its relationship to the Islamic prophet Muhammad. The famous Mona Lisa has no eyebrows. I bet you didn't notice until now. This is because, during the Renaissance period, it was fashionable to shave them off. The Renaissance women shaved all their body hair, including their eyebrows. To get rid of body hair, Renaissance women made lotions of arsenic with cat dung and vinegar. Leonardo was an Italian, but he sold the painting to the King of France. Today, it is in the Louvre Museum in Paris. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you know any facts, or have facts you want us to do, please leave a comment. I'm already looking forward to seeing you again in the next one.